Have you been sensing something different, something stirring deep within your twin flame connection? Perhaps you've felt the energetic shift, but can't quite explain it. Is he finally waking up? Is the divine masculine truly ready to step into his power, or are you just imagining it, hoping against hope that this long-awaited change is real? If you've been caught between faith and doubt, unsure whether your divine masculine is finally ready to rise, then this video was meant to find you today. In this powerful message, we'll uncover the unmistakable signs that the divine masculine is no longer running or resisting, but rising. You'll learn how his energy is evolving, why this shift is happening now, and what it means for your sacred union. Whether you're feeling confused or hopeful, this video will help you recognize the deeper transformation unfolding beneath the surface. By the end of today's video, you won't just be watching for signs, you'll understand them. You'll see your divine masculine with new clarity and feel the energetic alignment that signals your connection is entering a new chapter. You'll walk away feeling empowered, awakened, and ready to embrace the love you were always meant to receive. This isn't just a message, it's a turning point. Drop a yes in the comments if your soul is ready to receive this transformation. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to spread this powerful awakening. Your union is closer than you think. Number 1. What it truly means for the divine masculine to be ready. When we say that the divine masculine is ready, we're not just talking about a man who has made up his mind to be in a relationship. We're speaking of something far more sacred and profound, a powerful internal transformation that changes everything. This readiness is not solely about being prepared for physical or romantic union. It's about stepping into alignment with his soul's mission, rediscovering his authentic self, and awakening to the deep spiritual bond he shares with the divine feminine. True readiness is the result of a journey through healing that is spiritual, emotional, and psychological. This is not about surface-level adjustments or temporary changes. It's about peeling back the layers of ego, fear, and old conditioning to reveal the essence of who he truly is. The masculine in this state is no longer ruled by insecurity, doubt, or fear of vulnerability. He has faced the darkness within himself, his shadow, and emerged on the other side. He has experienced the crucible of the soul, often known as the dark night, where everything false must fall away. He has released people, patterns, and beliefs that once held him captive. From this space of inner liberation, the masculine begins to embody a new level of self-awareness. He no longer sees the twin flame journey as a source of confusion or fear, but as a sacred opportunity for divine growth. He starts to understand the beauty, intensity, and responsibility of this connection. You may notice subtle shifts in his behavior. Perhaps he's more introspective, more emotionally present, or more willing to communicate from the heart. These are signs that his inner world is changing. He's no longer running from the connection. He's beginning to cherish it, to see its depth, and to feel the call of his higher purpose. The masculine's readiness is a commitment, not just to his feminine counterpart, but to his own evolution. It's a sign that he is willing to meet her, not from a place of need or control, but from a place of mutual respect and unconditional love. His energy feels different now, grounded, intentional, and clear. He no longer views himself through the distorted lens of societal expectations. Instead, he honors his soul's truth and embraces the divine role he came here to fulfill. And in this transformation, something beautiful happens. Love begins to flow from him, not as a reaction, but as a conscious offering. What was once hidden beneath layers of emotional armor now begins to emerge with clarity and purpose. His willingness to be emotionally available is not just a sign of healing, it is a declaration that he is ready to love, to commit, and to build something sacred with the divine feminine, not out of obligation, but out of truth, out of soul alignment. This is what it truly means for the divine masculine to be ready. It is a shift from survival to sovereignty, from fear to faith, from illusion to illumination. Number 2, the signs that he has awakened. Have you started noticing subtle but meaningful changes in him? Ones that hint at a deeper transformation taking place within? The awakening of the divine masculine is not always sudden or loud. It often begins quietly, like a whisper in the soul, unfolding through gentle shifts rather than dramatic overhauls. Yet, if you look closely, there are unmistakable signs that reveal he is stepping into a new state of consciousness. One of the clearest and most profound signs is his emotional awakening. Where he was once emotionally guarded or distant, you now see moments of softness and vulnerability. He may begin to open up, not only to you, but to himself. There is an inner stirring that prompts him to reflect more deeply on who he is, what he truly feels, and why he has lived the way he has. He begins to question long-held beliefs, reevaluate past choices, and seek out a more authentic way of living. This self-inquiry is not surface level. It is the beginning of a reconnection with his emotional body, and it often comes with a newfound respect for emotional truth and inner clarity. Another major sign of his awakening is the way he starts to perceive the twin flame connection. In the past, the intensity of the bond may have overwhelmed him, causing resistance, confusion, or even withdrawal. But now, rather than seeing it as something to fear, he begins to see it as sacred. He recognizes that this journey isn't just about romantic love, it's about soul evolution. It's about healing, growth, and aligning with something greater than the ego. He may start diving into spiritual knowledge, exploring meditation, energy healing, or seeking out teachers who guide him toward inner balance and self-discovery. On an energetic level, you might feel the difference. Where his energy once felt turbulent, heavy, or disconnected, it now begins to soften. He becomes more grounded, more present. His actions begin to reflect a man who is no longer running from himself, but returning to himself. You'll notice him taking more responsibility, not just in the relationship, but in life as a whole. He becomes more intentional in his decisions and more willing to face the wounds that once made him hide. This transformation often extends beyond his internal world. You may witness external shifts as well, whether it's a career change, a shift in his social circle, or even letting go of old environments that no longer reflect his true self. These changes are not random. They are echoes of the soul realignment taking place within him. He's shedding outdated identities, releasing karmic patterns, and slowly stepping into his higher calling. Although this process may feel chaotic or emotionally intense at times, it is all part of the sacred unfolding. When a man begins to awaken, everything changes, from how he relates to himself to how he shows up for you and for the world. It's a beautiful, sometimes messy, but ultimately powerful transformation that marks the rebirth of the masculine spirit. Before we move into the next part of this journey, take a moment to reflect on what readiness truly means for the divine masculine in your own experience. Have you witnessed these signs in someone you know, or perhaps within yourself? Your insights could be the very message someone else needs to hear today. If this message resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, or simply type, "The divine masculine is awakening," to affirm this sacred transformation. Your voice matters, and your energy helps this message reach those who are meant to find it. Number 3. How this shift affects the feminine. When the divine masculine begins to awaken, the transformation doesn't occur in isolation. His spiritual evolution radiates outward like a wave, and one of the most profound places it touches is the heart of the divine feminine. Even if they are physically apart, she can feel this energetic shift echoing through her soul, triggering her own emotional, spiritual, and energetic changes. The connection between them is so deeply intertwined that his alignment inevitably becomes a mirror and catalyst for hers. Emotionally, the feminine may start to experience a sense of inner peace, perhaps for the first time in a long while. The weight of past heartbreak, confusion, or separation begins to feel lighter. Though the physical distance might remain, she senses a new level of emotional closeness, a quiet reassurance that something sacred is unfolding beneath the surface. This deepened bond is not imagined. It reflects both souls moving into alignment with their higher selves, gradually merging on a more spiritual level. Simultaneously, a powerful wave of self-love and inner empowerment begins to rise within her. As the masculine reclaims his divine power, it awakens the same remembrance in her. She finds herself no longer shackled by old wounds, doubts, or limiting beliefs that once kept her small. Instead, she begins to see her worth more clearly. The healing of the masculine opens a space for her own blossoming, allowing her to stand more firmly in her truth, her strength, and her divine essence. This energetic shift also brings clarity of purpose. Just as the masculine begins to recognize his soul mission, she too is drawn to her divine path with fresh eyes. Things that once felt uncertain now begin to fall into place. Her intuitive gifts sharpen. Her desire to serve, create, and live with authenticity intensifies. She feels called to something greater, something sacred, and she answers with courage and grace. Her life becomes more aligned, not just with her masculine counterpart, but with her highest self and divine mission. Along this path, the feminine is also invited to release outdated emotional patterns. The fears of abandonment, the attachments to outcomes, the need for control, all are gently brought to the surface to be seen, honored, and let go. She learns to trust more deeply in the wisdom of her own heart. With every release, she creates more space for unconditional love to flow in. Love for herself, love for her masculine, and love for the divine unfolding of their journey. Most importantly, the energetic dynamic between them begins to balance. Where the feminine may have once carried the emotional labor of the connection, holding space, initiating healing, and anchoring the spiritual path, she now sees her masculine stepping forward with accountability and presence. This balancing of energies marks a significant turning point. It's no longer about chasing or waiting. It becomes a mutual movement towards sacred union. In this stage, the feminine also finds her trust in the journey deepening. His awakening becomes a sacred confirmation that all her efforts, healing, and inner work were never in vain. She surrenders more fully to divine timing, knowing that everything is happening exactly as it should. Her patience becomes a powerful strength, her faith a guiding light. And in this sacred pause, she realizes that her own healing is not only necessary, but divine. Imagine a woman who has spent years carrying the emotional weight of a deep, unexplainable bond. A connection that transcends logic, yet has caused her both pain and growth. She's been doing the inner work, healing childhood wounds, meditating, learning to trust herself, and releasing expectations. All the while, her counterpart, the divine masculine, seemed distant, detached, or even resistant to the connection. But then, something shifts. One day, without warning, she feels a wave of calm wash over her. The ache in her chest lightens. She dreams of him, not in chaos, but in peace. He's no longer running, but standing still, looking inward. Soon after, he reaches out. Maybe not with grand declarations, but with sincerity, asking how she's been, admitting he's been thinking, questioning his life, wondering about the path he's on. That moment is not just about communication, it's a reflection of the internal transformation taking place. And as he begins his journey of awakening, she feels herself rising too. She notices she no longer clings to the outcome. Instead, she feels empowered, free, and full of love. Not just for him, but for herself and the path ahead. His shift becomes her release. His healing unlocks her next level. Together, without even realizing it, they begin to dance in divine alignment, no longer chasing, but flowing. This is the sacred ripple of awakening, an invisible yet powerful exchange of soul energy that uplifts them both. Number 4. The next step in the twin flame journey, a deeper path to union. As the divine masculine begins to awaken, a profound shift unfolds in the twin flame journey. This awakening is not merely a moment of realization, it's a powerful turning point that lays the groundwork for the next phase, one that carries the potential for true reconciliation, soul alignment, and eventual union. But this stage is far more than just a physical coming together. It's an invitation to align on every level, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. In this phase, both counterparts are called to continue their personal healing and spiritual growth. The masculine starts to reflect deeply on the impact of his past actions, recognizing how his choices have affected the feminine. This newfound awareness paves the way for genuine understanding, empathy, and the rebuilding of trust. Simultaneously, the feminine is guided to step fully into her power, no longer chasing or overextending, but holding sacred space from a place of self-love and inner balance. At the heart of this step is the practice of forgiveness, of each other and of oneself. Without forgiveness, the past becomes an anchor. With it, the past becomes wisdom. This mutual forgiveness opens the door to unconditional love, the kind of love that does not demand, control, or fear, but simply is. It is in this space that both twins begin to truly see each other, soul to soul, beyond ego or illusion. Together, they start to recognize and embrace a shared soul mission. Whether it manifests as a creative collaboration, a healing endeavor, or a sacred spiritual purpose, this mission becomes the force that draws them closer, not through need or longing, but through resonance and divine alignment. This is where the union begins to transcend the personal and becomes something greater, something that serves the world. Another essential aspect of this phase is the establishment of healthy boundaries and the embracing of personal responsibility. The feminine is encouraged to let go of the urge to fix or pursue, instead standing confidently in her truth and allowing the masculine space to rise. The masculine, in turn, must meet this moment with courage, clarity, and integrity, choosing to step forward not out of pressure, but from a conscious desire to build something real and sacred. Even if a physical reunion hasn't occurred yet, the emotional and energetic bond between the twins grows stronger. The connection becomes more intentional, more grounded in love than in fear, more balanced than before. The feminine no longer approaches union from a place of lack or longing, but from a place of wholeness and peace. And the masculine begins to honor the connection with a deeper presence and commitment. The journey may still bring moments of challenge or uncertainty, but the energy now is one of forward movement. Each step, each choice brings them closer, not just to each other, but to their higher selves and their divine truth. In this sacred unfolding, union is not a destination. It is the embodiment of love in its most authentic form. Number 5. How to trust the process and move forward on the twin flame journey. Learning to trust the twin flame journey is one of the most profound spiritual lessons you'll ever encounter. It can feel incredibly challenging, especially during moments of separation, long periods of silence, or when nothing seems to be moving forward. The uncertainty, the delays, and the emotional roller coaster can all make you question everything. But if you can lean into the discomfort and trust the divine flow, you open yourself to a deeper level of healing, growth, and transformation. The first and most important truth to remember is that this journey unfolds in divine timing. Every delay, every unexpected detour, every silent moment serves a higher purpose, even if you can't yet see it. The universe is not working against you. It is aligning you with the highest version of yourself. Surrendering to this truth brings a quiet peace. It allows you to breathe deeply, knowing that you don't have to force anything into being. You are exactly where you are meant to be. One of the most powerful ways to build trust in the process is by focusing on your own healing. The more you invest in nurturing your emotional well-being, cultivating self-love, and reconnecting with your spiritual essence, the more aligned you become with your higher self. And from this place of alignment, trust becomes easier. You no longer feel the desperate need to control every outcome because you begin to feel the support of the universe. You understand that your healing is not only part of the journey, it is the journey. Letting go of rigid expectations is also essential. The twin flame connection rarely unfolds in the way your mind envisions. You may have imagined a smooth, romantic reunion, but the soul's path often calls for deeper initiations. And that's okay. Miracles rarely happen according to plan. When you release your grip on how things should look, you make space for divine orchestration to reveal something far greater than you ever expected. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving in to the wisdom of the unknown. It's choosing to trust what your soul already knows, even when your ego feels afraid. Above all, stay grounded in the present moment. The mind will try to pull you into worry about the future or regret about the past, but the magic is always happening now. Trust that the universe has not forgotten you. Trust that your soul knows the way, even when your path is hidden in shadow. Let the peace of divine timing be your anchor. Embrace each step of the transformation, even if you don't understand it yet. You are being guided, you are being prepared, and the best is still unfolding. If this message resonated with your heart, we invite you to reflect deeply and share your truth. Have you witnessed these subtle yet powerful signs of awakening in your divine masculine? Have you felt a shift within yourself, a softening, a calling, or a deeper emotional connection that you can't quite explain? Your journey, with all its beauty and complexity, holds meaning not just for you, but for others walking this same sacred path. Your voice matters. Your story may be the light someone else needs to find clarity in the dark. So please, take a moment and drop a comment below with "I am awakening with him" if you felt these signs in your own connection. Let's create a space of shared truth, healing, and encouragement where no one feels alone on this divine journey. And if this video brought clarity or comfort to your soul, don't forget to like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another insight or message meant just for you. There's another video waiting for you just below this screen, an invitation to go even deeper. Until then, stay grounded, stay open, and remember, this journey is not just about union with another, it's about coming home to yourself. We'll see you in the next chapter.